Welcome to the Boss Up Mama community. I'm Amaya Internet, and today we're talking all about how to manifest your dream life. And in this video, we're specifically talking about designing your life. Because in order to manifest your dream life, from what I've learned, because I am on this journey right with y'all, okay? I'm right on this journey. So what I've been learning is that you really have to have a vision, okay? In the last video, we talked about identifying your purpose. So if you haven't given that a look, check it out. It's called Find Your Purpose. And in that video, we talked about how to get clear on your strengths, what you're good at, what lights you up, what the world needs, right? Like how you can contribute to what the world needs, right? So that video is talking all about purpose. So check that out. This video, we're talking more about your life vision, right? And when you think about your life vision, it's about using your imagination and seeing what you want. Literally closing your eyes and seeing the life that you want to live. See, most people just react to their lives. Most people, when they're adults, they don't dream anymore. They don't dream. They don't use their creativity. They don't use their imagination. They're just realistic and logical and factual, right? And they just respond to what is happening on the physical plane. But you and I both know that in order to manifest the life of your dreams, you must first see it on a mental level, because everything happens twice. Everything is created twice. First on a mental plane, then secondly on the physical plane. So when you have a vision, when you see what you want for your life, it gives you direction. It gives you clarity, right? And it makes you excited because you're like, yo, if I can imagine it, I can create it. If you can imagine something in your mind, and you hold on to that, hold on to those feelings, hold on to those thoughts, and then you take action, and then you hold on to your faith, like there is nothing you can't create. There is nothing. And I ultimately wholeheartedly believe that. But most people, especially in this society, we're just so robotic. It's like we really are in the matrix. You know, you think about it, it's like, hey, you go to school, you go to work, you get a job, and you just get trapped in this rat race. And then you see people who are living great lives. You see people who are, making millions of dollars or traveling the world or just have careers and jobs that just bring them such fulfillment. But you're like, well, that's not me. My life is different. They just got lucky. No, my love. We have the ability to create that. But it all starts with having a vision. So I, of course, created a Google Doc for you. So all the questions that I'm going to ask you to think about, I already put them in a Google Doc. So they're attached to the description in this video. Please do the work, okay? Please do the work and do the reflection exercises after this video or whenever you decide to set time aside to do it. Because it's really important. You're not going to see your life change. You're not going to see your life shift if you just listen to videos like this. Right? But I know that, you ain't about just listening. I know you about putting in that work. So I don't even have to say that twice, right? So the first question that I encourage you to think about when you are trying to get clear on how you want to design your life is, if you had infinite resources, right? How would you spend your time? How would you spend your time if you had infinite resources? Money wasn't an object, your bills was paid, the kids are taken care of, everything is all good. If you had infinite resources, what would you spend your time doing? Isn't this an exciting question? Use your imagination. Anything is possible. I find that a lot of times we limit ourselves. We limit ourselves in our thinking because we think that these things can't happen. But remember, everything happens twice. Everything is created twice. So if you believe that something is impossible on a mental plane, then physically it will not manifest in that way. It will manifest as it's impossible. So the first step to creating what you want in your life is imagination. So imagine for a moment that you had everything that you needed. What would you do? I know for me, I would probably be doing kind of like what I'm doing now. I would be making videos, sharing information, sharing knowledge, helping women to break through their mental barriers, helping women shift their mindsets. I would probably be helping people like eat plant-based, right? Because a lot of people are dealing with, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes, and things they don't really need to be dealing with, things that they could literally shift if they just went to a plant-based diet. So I would help people do that. I would be traveling with my daughter and homeschooling her. Like, I'm not doing the traveling yet, but I would totally be doing those things. It's exciting I will be writing because I love to read, I love to study, and I love to share my knowledge with other people, especially after I've done it and I'm like, yeah, this works. And then I could write books and share it with other people. That's what I would be doing. So basically kind of what I'm doing now, right? So think about it. How would you be spending your time? The second question I want you to think about is, how do you want to be remembered? So this is more like your legacy, right? So when it comes to designing your life, I ultimately believe that our lives are not just about us. Our lives are about how we can affect and impact other people. Because if it's just about you, when you die, ain't nobody gonna remember you. Your name gonna be gone, right? What did you do? But your legacy is about what do you want people to say about you when you are gone? How do you want your name to live on? And I think one of the things I would want to do as far as my legacy, I just want people to say hey, she really helped me. She really helped people. She always saw the best in people. Or she helped me break through mental blocks and help me, realize that I can have the life that I want, or help me feel better in my body and I'm not dealing with all these diseases and I can show up more for my family. I think about I did this exercise and it was so it was life-changing, y'all. To just think about how you want to be remembered. And then it makes you more intentional about your day-to-day. Because we don't have to wait until the life that we want is here. We can start doing those things now. So get clear on how you want to be remembered, but then also think about how can you start doing those things now? Because your dream life isn't some far out distant place. You're constantly building it. Your dream life will be the present moment. Right? So how can you make this present moment your dream life in a way? I hope that makes sense, but it's not the future. Every moment is the present. So even your future self is the present self. Okay. But think about how can you start doing that now? And I'm up here making YouTube videos because I love this information. I love sharing knowledge. I love it. It excites me. It lights me up, right? So I don't have to wait until I'm a millionaire or until I'm living big and living large to be doing it. I can start making those contributions now. But having a vision of how I want my life to look, how I want to design it, I can start actually taking those steps now. And the same thing for you. When you get clear on how you want to be remembered, you can actually start doing those things now, even in the smallest way. Next question is, what experiences or achievements would fulfill you? So experiences, achievements, what are your big goals? What's the big dreams that you have? What are the big things that you want to get done? Right? And what experiences do you want to have? What experiences do you want to have with your child, with your children? I know as a mom, we want to be there with our babies, right? So what experiences do you want to create as a family? Think about it, meditate on it. It just literally can excite you just thinking about the possibilities. The present moment, right now where we are, this is not the end. This is not the end. Even if your world looks completely different from what it is that you desire, know that it is within reach. It all starts with your thinking. People around you may not be, living the lives they want to live. The people around you may not be self-aware. The people around you may just be trapped in the matrix, literally, and they just think that's all there is. But you know that there's something more to life. you know that there's something more, and you're just like, man, how can I get from point A to point B? First, it starts with the belief that you can. And I'm going to share some books and just things that I read that like really helps me with this, because I'm just a girl that comes from DC, lived in the hood, of DC. People around me ain't thinking like this. I'm the oddball, but the thing is, I read the books, I study the podcast, I study the people who are living the types of lives that I aspire to live. So therefore, I am learning how they think. The only limitation you have is the limitation in your mind. So what experiences do you want to have? Don't be afraid to use your imagination. That's what the divine gives us. In order to get out of our situations, in order to create our dream life, the divine literally gives us imagination. And then when we are tapped into the divine, we get creative ideas on how to manifest so that those experiences and goals can come to fruition. So this is a two-part question. The next part of that question is, how can you use your strengths to fuel your ambitions? So in the previous video, if you have not watched that, make sure you take a look and do the reflection exercises, because this is a step-by-step process. But in that video, in that reflection exercise, I asked you to really think about what you're good at. And that's a part of your strengths, right? What are your strengths, and how can your strengths fuel your desires to manifest your dreams, right? So, for example, one of my experiences that I want to have, or achievements, is that I want to coach 1 million women to better health or better mindset. Whether it's through one-on-one coaching or whether it's through courses or books, that's my goal. And it's okay, what are my strengths? And I believe that I hold space for people, right? I can know you just for a few minutes and make you feel so comfortable. And you're just oh my goodness, I just want to tell her everything, right? Because I bring this aura, I bring this energy with me that is non-judgmental, that is receptive, that is open, that just wants to serve, right? So that's one of my strengths. Another strength I have is that I'm really emotionally intelligent. So I can read all the cues. I can read not just what you're telling me, but how you're sitting and your body language and your tone of voice. And I can pick up on all the things, okay? So that's another gift, right? So I have a lot of them, but those are the two that just kind of popped up in my head. So those are gifts that I know that can fuel my goal of coaching 1 million women to better health and or a better mindset, right? So think about how your strengths can fuel your achievements or fuel the experiences that you want to have. Because remember, you have everything you need inside of you. Everything you need, okay? Everything you need is inside of you. It is. You're lacking nothing. You come from source. Literally, the divine is expressing herself through you. Literally, the divine is wrapped up in your body. The divine is wrapped up in the mind. Okay? And the divine is wrapped up in you. You're not lacking anything, honey. It just all starts with your thinking. We got to get this brain, this mind under control. Right? Because there's so many things out there that can distract you, that can make you feel like you're not worthy of your dreams. You're not worthy of the achievements that you want to have, that you're not worthy of living a certain type of life. But you are. You so are. We all are. Okay, honey. And that's why I created the Boss Up Mama community, so that women who are like-minded, women who are wanting more, women who know that there's more to life, more than what they're seeing, and they want to tap into that, but they want to have a community around them. It's not easy. It's not easy finding people who think like us. There's a lot of us out there, but I feel like we're scattered around, right? So if you like what you heard today, make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to grow the channel so that we can have this crew of women, of boss up mamas who are elevating. Because I don't want to just elevate by myself, y'all. I want my boss up mamas to come with me. Right? And as time goes on, we'll do lives. We'll do, the goal is to do retreats and book clubs and all types of things to just kind of bring us together, because we need community. It's so important. But if you like this video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share it, and make sure you like. Okay, and don't forget to do the activity. I attached the Google Doc in the description. Take your time and do it, my love, okay? It will be worth your time, I promise you. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.